Hey guys, this is Letters to Ewan 45. Notes on Attachment. Dear Ewan, I'm sitting here editing old letters, which is fun and confronting. I saw an image of GIB, German in Barcelona, in my mind as I'm working on letters centered around ALIFTIMTS, Australian living in Florida that is moving to Spain. On an impulse, I sent GIB a selfie with a text, thinking of you from London. I loved being with GIB. I loved that he was infinitely open to PDA, would hold hands with me and kiss anywhere, and that we felt so connected. I'm making up that the reason I didn't feel the impulse to marry him was because he would have said yes. I don't think that's the whole story, but I do feel some truth there. I also know that one of my deepest fears is that someone will interpret my actions as meaning that they aren't lovable. I know that I want to be able to see GIB further and further into the future and always be able to grab his hand and kiss while sharing tapas. But I didn't feel that impulse of just him. I'm giving up on having other lovers. Attachment is a strange thing. It's a model based on how 4-year-olds react to their mothers leaving the room. Secure comes from children who get a little upset about their mothers leaving and who feel joy when they return. Anxious is about children who get extremely upset when their mothers leave the room and get both upset and excited when they return. Avoidant is about children who, when their mothers leave the room, think, I knew you'd leave, and who are not excited when they return. I want GIB and I to be sad or okay when either of us leave the room and happy when we return. I want security, and I don't think I deserve it because I don't feel like I can make him the only one. When I told him that I would be spending time with another man for the remainder of my stay in Barcelona, he looked discombobulated. I don't know if he was hurt that I was putting my time elsewhere. He was confused that I thought I needed to tell him. He was dysregulated by receiving my share and feeling the nervousness that was inside of me. He took me telling him that I was going to be with another man as me saying I didn't want to still love him. He took me telling him that I was going to be with another man as he wasn't good enough. He was experiencing any number of the above in tandem, and the multi reality impact was overwhelming. This is a near infinite list because it's things I don't know, and I can't include what I don't know that I don't know. All he said was, It's fine. We didn't make a commitment. And he smiled. We parted after that. He went into a sex club that I don't think he was inviting me to before we talked, and that he was going to on his own before I told him about the other guy. I should let that in more. Self hate. I feel it right here. I want to trust that everything was okay and that, in general, our connection is secure, secure for whatever it means in the moment. One of my coaching clients is bringing his new girlfriend to our immersion, and he's wanting the three of us to hang out. I'm down, but the timing is working out that I can't give my time to just them. There are other friends that want to see me. My impression is that if she's dating him, then she'll be fine in a relatefulness immersion. They have issues with attachment. They just fell in love, and they're like two bowls in the china shops of each other's hearts. It creates a lot of energy, some pleasure and some pain. I just looked to see if GIB replied. He hasn't looked at the message yet. I don't deserve security in relationship if I'm not willing to commit. Or I've met so few people that can be secure in a relationship that my body expects rejection. I feel like I need to pick which I believe in because I think believing in both is being conveyed to the people I love, and I'm incepting them into a belief that they aren't loved because I can't commit to just them. I I think that last sentence should be read twice. I can feel a desire to believe that it's about the people I've met and that it's okay to meet someone who believes that commitment is the commodity that ensures security. But the only way to meet people and give them an undiluted chance of showing me who they are is to know and own that I want security with them in the dynamic unfolding of romance in my life. I need to feel the truth in my bones. I love you, and I'm a being that shifts quite frequently, and those shifts do not mean that I don't love you. The wound in me that is guarding against people feeling unloved is in the space. I could use it as a dissection point to invalidate what I just said, but that very much risks flattening my experience down to a facet of a shadow of my psychology. It's probably always going to be there, and I believe that love is a real thing. I'm betting my life and my impact on it. My friend that's coming is often prone to getting it right with his new girlfriend, and when it goes or feels wrong, often devolves into making up definitive destinies. We should break up. When he stays in and stays in interdependence, he always comes back to loving her and feeling more resourced to hold her as she gets upset that mother is about to leave. He stays and she gets to feel him staying, and the contact between those 2 points changes things. It makes love felt in the moment, and it builds a testimony in everybody's bodies that the evidence is pointing toward security. We are allowed to need to build evidence. I could be protecting myself from GIB feeling unloved, and I know I want to love him. I'm surrendering to texting him because I'd rather find out that I'm a fraud honestly than hide love because I know my psychology is fallible. This spot of crucifixion feels important to me. This is the spot most people collapse or invalidate or self hate. I feel pinned and morbid and free. I have just enough presence to ask, what's this like? And feel my body. But I'm just going to be stuck here, either forever, which will be okay, or long enough for me to feel safe enough to grow and develop and see it all differently. When Jesus was crucified, the veil separating the high priest from the Ark of the Covenant was torn. My heart has broken so many times that I've come to understand the space afterwards as where I want to build my home. Always ready to love and always ready to change. This whole process of telling you these things is, at minimum, a practice in finding secure attachment with myself. My love for you, Ewan, keeps changing. I want to protect it in some ways because it has felt so good, but I believe that knowing the real you requires infinitely opening to what I don't know while testifying with my being to the things I do. I know I love you and feel a desire to know more about you for a span of time that is probably longer than I will live. Your friend in a very special way, Mike.